All right. Hey, good afternoon, LinkedIn. Dave Wilson of the Ring and Hire Show. Hey, got a great subject today about job postings and why employees leave for work. So you know the drill. I'll be right back after this. Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Dave Wilson again for the Ring of Hire Show. Hey, two subjects about job postings and also why do employees leave their employer. The first thing about job postings, I noticed, just for logistics, we're just gonna go over some of these that some of the companies, the staffing companies, are posting. It's nothing against the staffing companies. Some of it, there's really the management should be right on them and looking at some of these and the employers that they're paying to look at. I'm going to give you an example. The first one, it's a known company, staffing. I couldn't believe it when I read this. It just says Packers needed with immediate opportunities in Allentown and Easton. No background check or drug screen required. Text. You got to be friggin' kidding me. I mean, the background checks, I get that. I really do. And there's second chances. I'm very into second chances, I believe. But when you say no drug test required, that is the most craziest thing I've ever friggin' heard. Would you want your child, son, daughter, father, mother, to go to a company that doesn't take the drug screen when you first get hired? Let's just say he's on high, all the drugs. You test for 10 of them, or 7. Some companies test for 5, the main ones. But why would you not want to do a drug screen? Is it cost? Or is it to draw the candidates that do drugs and say, hey, I can get a job. Oh, I don't care. I can do whatever I want. Let me just get hired. No background, no drug screen. Hey, I'm ready to work for that. Think about that when you post that, because it only costs you $6 to $8 for drug screening. It's not that expensive. If a company told me that you don't have to provide a drug screen, I would be like, oh, hell no. I'm going to invest in that drug screening, because some people say, well, they can take a couple days prior, 10 days, or they do things to not be able to pass. I mean, be able to pass, take some drink vinegar. God, it was all different things. You go for that, but you're crazy. That is just opening for safety. You're crazy. I don't care what anybody says. If you have a comment on that one, good luck. This next one, again, it's just picking, packing, shipping, receiving. That's it. 15 to 1850. Wow, that's freaking exciting. Where are you going? I don't know. It's 15 to 18. Just text the word. Next one. Small warehouse in Allentown looking for seamer ops. 14. Now get the job description. Load rings and seamer and perform all required quality checks. Operate glue, auxiliary equipment, assist lead operator, and troubleshooting of process equipment. A lot of people may not even know what seamer ops is. I have no clue. Google it. My point there is not to listen. This is just training that's the management has not trained the recruiters how to post. That's when it comes down to it. The management should look at some of these postings on the job boards, and you wonder. So this next one, this one's even better. Assembling pieces together through the shift, must be able to stand during the shift, safety vests and classes provided, steel-toed footwear required. Assembling pieces and stand during shift. That's a friggin' great job description, isn't it? That makes you just want to jump on that. Hey, honey, I'm going down here and I'm going to apply for this. I'm going to just stand there and do assembling pieces and stand. I'm going to stand up for my job. The point I'm making here is think about it. put a little bit of effort in some of these jobs. Make the candidates want to come to you and work. So there's some other great postings on there. I'm not downgrading all of them. They're really good. I mean, some of them, this one here, it gives everything that you want in a position, and then they say the hourly wage. So it's a great chance and opportunity. Your healthcare, sign-on bonus, what your shifts are, opportunity for growth. They give you some education. Great job posting. But what I want to say here also is some of the companies need to provide the staffing companies some images so they can post on their job boards, right? Images of their company or a video. Let them allow them to say their name that they're hiring. Again, I'm going to use Coke and Pepsi as an example. Hey, everybody, I'm hiring for Coca-Cola, all these benefits, temp to perm, let's just say, but Coca-Cola, right? Wow, that's exciting, man. I'd be like, hey, I'm going to apply for this job. It's at Coca-Cola. I've heard they're a great company, right? Now, the other way, hey, come on down. We have a great company you're working for. $15 an hour. Just wear your steel toes, no drug screen. Come on down. Let's work. Duh. You see what I mean? But that's Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola can say their name, but they also need to provide, I don't know whether they do or not, but they provide a staffing company is able to say their name. The excuse that you're going to hear if I was saying, hey, we're hiring down here at Coca-Cola, right? Some companies don't want you, other staffing companies don't want you to say that. And the reason is because they don't want to know where you're at, what accounts you have. Well, welcome to the real world right now, because you go out here with all these logistic companies, they got 4 or 5. Then they're using third parties because they can't fill the jobs. But wouldn't it be nice? We always utilize the company's name. There's nothing to hide for a company to be ashamed to say, yeah, use our name. Who cares? All 4 companies, the ones who are doing the best are the ones that are going to draw the candidates to them. So if you sell that job, sell the job to the candidate, not just wing it and put it on there like that. You're not going to get any grounds on a posting like that. There's like 4 reach, nothing. You wonder why you're not reaching the company, right? The candidates, but you got to utilize the social media properly. And I'm not going to go into that today because I just don't feel like it. But there's a lot of ways that you can use the social media to fill those orders and get your message, a good message, right? Not just no drug screen. I'm sorry, I'm pissed off at that. No drug screen. But think about it. Get your message that you're a positive company. Everything about you is you want to sell that job to that employee candidate looking for jobs. And I'll tell you what, you're going to see a little bit of a reversal there. And by getting your message out with video, saying the company, listen, again, if that company doesn't allow you to say their name, educate them. Go over to, branch manager, somebody, just listen, you have it out there hiring, but if you provide us the images, we can utilize them. They might end up reaching out to the company direct anyway. It doesn't matter. Nobody can fill these jobs right now. All these companies here, they just can't fill them. And they're using third parties. They're utilizing someone like ourselves. Some of the companies that we would do sales for said, no, we can't utilize your service. So we wanted to say, well, we staff for you anyway, because you're just subcontracting. A lot of the staffing companies out there, they're just subcontracting. You get that one big company, they can't handle it. They're subbing it out for a little bit. They're making a little bit of income, maybe 2-3%. That's it. And covered of the costs. And hopefully that they can send the candidates in. So job postings are very important. Even when it comes to some of the professional jobs, even I've noticed on Indeed, they are so long for a recruiter. Wow, 4 years, a degree, and then 5 or 6 years of experience. I have no clue. I read this thing. I was like, whoa, $40,000 a year, and you're going to have all this experience? How the heck are you going to do that? Back it off a little bit. And sometimes you can call them out. And I did a little experiment. So the company was hiring for recruiters. So it said only posted 2 or 3 days. That's it. You see it. 2-3 days, right? You sent your resume, you didn't hear anything, so you call. Oh, no, we filled that position. Wow. Okay. 2 days. 3 weeks from now, it's still there. 8 applicants, right? Call again. Well, we're still, that's jobs filled. My point there is you can eliminate all of that. You can eliminate all those phone calls. You can save time by taking that job off. Now, some people will say you can't do that. Yes, you can. You can change your ad on Indeed and Career Builder and all those things. You can change your ad right. If you filled it in 5 days, change your ad to something else. That's it, because that's still going to be considered one ad. So you can put on there, change it, put another job on there, when you do it. But don't do it just to collect resumes. That's the worst thing that you can do for candidates, is just to get their resumes and do nothing with them. You hear nothing back. Some will call you, like we've said. They'll call you, they'll email you, you call them back, leave a voicemail, call them again, email them, nothing. 4 days later, nothing. I'm sorry, I sound confused here, but that's what it is. You fill the job, take the job down. That's all you got to do. It's going to save you time and a lot of headache of people calling and sending resumes and filling your inbox for a job that you filled, or you're collecting resumes. That's it. Simple on that. So really, just look, if you're a manager, right, of a staffing company and VP, whatever, look at some of the job boards. And these are big companies. These are top companies. I'm sorry. That's just, I get irritated because there's no effort at all. But then there's some good companies on this smile that really, you go down here like, whoa, that's what I'm talking about. I'd want to work there. So on that point, the next subject real quick is, I wanted to go over, why do employees leave? Why do they leave their work? Why? Some of it, that we hear is inadequate salary and benefits. With everything going on, I always hate saying that's an excuse, because it's not. Today is today. It's not a year ago. That stuff's over. We're not going back. But with the amount of perks and everything going on, and they see other companies giving this and giving more leave absence, and really be able to PTO time, and the candidates, your employees see this. They see it because the company is getting their message out clear. When you can do that, when you can get your message out and all these other candidates see this, they're like, whoa, they're offering the salary, same thing I do. I've only been here for 2 years and the benefits are better. Why not take a leap? That's it. They're going to leave. That's why they're leaving on some of it. So it's not always about the salary and benefits, but it's a big part. The next thing, feeling overworked and unsupported. The way everything is now, with the amount of overtime that people have to work, in logistics style and some of the other companies, industries, you don't leave. If that job's not complete, they say, nope, mandatory. You're standing at the clock. Nope, it's mandatory. Job's not complete. Do you really think some of those candidates are going to be happy? No. Do you think they're going to be irritated? As soon as they're going to leave, they're going to find another job? Yes. What's coming in these next few months is companies are really starting to hire skill sets again. Now you're going to see a leap of people that are going to leave and go to these other jobs. And it's all over. That's what's going to happen. Because a lot of people took a job just to get through COVID. Now they want to go back. So if you don't really spend that time trying to retain them, you're going to struggle. You're going to lose them within the next month or two. Limited opportunities for career. I hear that all the time. You have employees at your work, right? They're on the floor. They're working. You have leads. You have supervisors. If you cannot promote within your company, there's something wrong. There's something wrong with your management, because the management should always do the training, and your human resources, they're great. I'm not going to go there. Human resources are great, but they should be ensuring that the trainings get into these candidates. Why would you have to go outside of work to find a supply chain management manager? Why? You have 500 candidates right, or 500 employees in your warehouse, and you can't find one that can step up. Sorry, that's just, when you look back at those days, it's an excuse. When I worked with the other company prior, my favorite saying was like, listen, if I was to call out for 2 weeks, right, I could have that position filled right with my lead. The leads were trained for your backup. That's what a lead is. So if I was to call off for 2 weeks, boom, you had that person trained, step right up, No disruption, nothing. Fill it in. So really look at your team, develop your team. Don't post a job for a supervisor when you got, again, 500 people there. There is one that can do that job. That's just a suggestion. The next, they were saying a lot of things right now is a need for a better work-life balance. I'm sorry, work-life balance. Everybody has noticed since they've been home, working remote, working at different jobs, that word work-life balance has just come up within the last 2 years. You never heard of that. Work-life balance. What is it? It's companies that really care about you and your family. To be able to say, hey, disconnect, take your vacation. The reason I look back, sometimes I wouldn't take my vacation. I always called it the snakes crawl at night. Because when you're off for a week, some people, check your emails, right? When you leave, that's when those people come out and they just really stick you right in the back. Snakes crawl at night, but you need to disconnect, and a company needs to tell you, take your time off. If somebody's going to say something behind your back, you just tell them, when they get back, let's just bring it up to them in person. That'll really change that around real quick, because nobody wants to do that. But take your time off, take the vacation, take your PTO time. You have something going on with your family, you should be able to put in and get it approved. Work-life balance. That's really going to be a big thing coming up. Lack of recognition. Listen, it's not like you have to give somebody money or a bonus. It's nice. But a lot of people, if you just call them out on a meeting, you got people on the floor, you're doing your exercises for logistics, stretching, bring that person up and recognize them. Recognize that team member. Take a picture, shaking their hands, put it on social media, right? You give somebody they've met and gone above and beyond, right? All right, so you're going to give a bonus. Maybe you're going to get a gift card, maybe $100 gift card, right? Hand it, take a picture, put it on social media. To get your message out, show everyone how your company works, and reward them also. There's lunches that you can do, little things that candidates or employees really like. The other one is unhappiness with management. I don't know. If you're a leader or manager, the people will work for you. You got their back. But employees see that. If they suggest to you ideas, take the ideas if you're a manager. Listen, bring them up to your management team. Don't overlook the people that do the job. If the candidates are doing the job and they're complaining about this one part, or they're complaining about the process, this could do it better. Don't take that ego, take it away as a manager, and just talk to other managers. You might come up with some great ideas, and that, I'm telling you, goes a long way with candidates when you put their ideas in it. It's awesome. You really can't lose on that. The next one, the desire to make a change. You need to change. Change can happen every day. Change can happen every week. If you're not changing your processes, you're not doing something right. You need to pivot. So if employees again are saying we need to do this, pivot, because how's it working for you now? They're the ones that do the job, make the changes, and sometimes change to employees they don't understand, but you can educate them about it. When you have the meeting, say, this is the reason why we did this change. It's as simple as that, besides not saying anything. When you don't say anything and they see the change, you're like, whoa, what's happening here? All these are just little things that mount up that you look at. I talked about their, pandemic is not surprisingly a major factor. They're rethinking their employment situation. So right now, a lot of them are doing job searches right now to exit. If everybody thinks that when September 4th comes around and, hey, they're not paying that $300 more, you're thinking wrong. That is not going to, I can tell you right now, I don't care what anybody says, September 4th is not going to change this world because the government's been paying $300 a week to people. You wait. I'm not kidding you. Wait till peak season hits. This is because as soon as you hit September, then the peak season comes in. And I will predict this, that you're going to see the ads switch to, instead of just a hiring bonus, it's going to say, hey, would you like a nice Christmas or holiday? We're giving out a $2,000 holiday bonus if you stay from September to the end of December. Mark my words on that. You're going to have to give out so much money and bonuses that you're not even going to afford the holiday, because they're going to want, listen, Amazon's got to push those products, Walmart, all the big companies, and they're going to get it, boy. They're going to put that money out there. Hey, Christmas bonus. Now you got a Christmas bonus, referral bonus, work bonus, attendance bonus. You got every friggin' bonus that you can think of, man. Let's just give them a bonus for just being a bonus. Who the hell knows on that part? And onboarding and orientation. Onboarding orientation, that should be the most fun-filled experience. Have one of your employees walk with you also as a management to give them a tour. Make it exciting for them. Support them from day one. Make them feel special. I know it sounds weird, but you know what? Just a smile and, hey, come on in, everybody. Hey, we're a team. And the wording that you utilize, because you want that candidate on day one, on regardless of what type of employment, it doesn't matter. Day one, you want them to say to you, wow, I like this place. Because they go around, if you just put them on the floor, oh yeah, send them over there, oh, send them over here, no thought, they're going to see that. And that's why a lot of them leave, because then this is what happens on some of these locations around here is if your staff isn't happy, right? The employees that are working, now you bring 10 people in. I tell you what, that's when all the fun begins, because oh, this is a terrible company to work for. Oh, they don't give you anything. They don't treat you like this. That's where their message. Now, that is where your candidate gets the message from your employees. So if you haven't really built a great work culture and really stand out amongst others, wouldn't it be better for that candidate to walk up to somebody and, oh, this is a great place to work. They treat you really good. We have lunch on Fridays. If you have problems, go to HR, talk to them. If you're expecting a child, don't worry about it. They give you so many days off, If you get my point there, that's what it stands out. So not only does the candidate see it from the day one, but they are filled. And then sometimes they don't even come back the next day, or within the first week, they just resign. So, I mean, that's just common sense. The next one, this was years and years and years ago when you had a mentor, pairing an employee up with one of your top leads, right? When you get those candidates come in, put them with someone that is just top notch, that is really stands out in your company. Put some of those candidates, take him out, right? Or her, take them out and put them with the new candidates for the day. Just one day, maybe two. Put that great employee, let them mentor off of them and see and show them how the job's to be done. Just the littlest things that you can do will make that employee candidate experience very well, because you're putting that leader, showing them growth and giving them positive, not the negative, the positive of your jobs, what you're doing there. And that really works. And don't limit that. I wanted to say, don't limit that to just the new candidates. Take some of your candidates, I hear it a lot that, oh, they're slow, or well, they're not going to make it, or they need a lot of extra help, or they're not meeting their numbers. Think about that. There's where you put that mentor. If you just take a really qualified and put them with those candidates, the ones that need that extra training. Listen, not everybody knows the job. They're not going to walk in on day one and expect, a miracle to happen, like they're going to jump on. Some candidates need extra time. There's nothing wrong with that. It's your responsibility to teach them. It's your responsibility to show them how to do the job. It's your responsibility to let them meet great candidates and help them complete their task. And then at the end of the day, get them back in. At the end of the day, call all your new candidates in. Some people say they can't do that. Yes, you can. 10 minutes before the shift, bring them all back. Say, how was your day? Ask them. You're going to be able to tell. You're going to look at their faces or their body language, and you're going to know. But think about that. The little things, that first day is the most important day that you can take a candidate and make them feel good. Maybe they were stressed the first day. They might not look at it, and you say, hey, how did you like it? And be honest. Tell me. and they could tell you something to where you can make a change. All right, we'll come back tomorrow, and I'll tell you what, we're going to address that. That little thing right there goes a long way when you tell that to a candidate. So just remember some of that. The employee compensation, listen, I don't know, man. There's so many bonuses, like I said, but a lot of the top bonuses are time off, PTO time, health benefits, retirement plans. There's another one here, employee job satisfaction. But the little things, again, it doesn't always have to be the hourly rate. Because let's say if one company's paying 25, one company's paying 30. Not everyone is going to go to that $30 an hour job, especially if the employee compensation and different things go on with that $25 an hour job that we just talked about, everything, work-life balance, compensation, bonuses. They're going to go in a better shift. They're going to go because that $5 is really nothing after you take all your taxes. But that's the truth. But just look at things like that. Perks, we've talked about that. Flexible schedules, remote. Listen, a lot of people were working remote. There's that hybrid, where you work 3 days, you have 2 days off at home to work. That's a great thing. If you can do that, some employees want to go back to the office. They don't like working by themselves or at home. But there again, leave it up to them. And then if you can offer remote without an issue, if they do their jobs, listen, that's the way to do it. And then when I hear some people, well, they can't work at home, they don't get things completed. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So the management allows it. So if you're saying, oh, they're no good, they don't work good at home, why aren't you doing something about it? You need to coach. Coaching is the most valuable tool that you're going to be able to utilize. So coach that employee, at home. Maybe they're having problems working remotely. They want to work it, but they're having a little bit of problems. Because if you don't provide the tools for them how to work at home, it sounds simple, how to handle stress, how to handle not having people in the office, how to be more, be professional and still get the job done. They're just some of the things. Wellness offerings, a lot of companies. Wellness offerings are a lot. Keeping employees mentally, physically, financially, offer a gym memberships, stress management, retirement planning services, some kind of educational, maybe online courses. That's a great thing when you can do like that, because you don't know whether if everybody's going to do it or not. But if you're offering about some courses on Word, PowerPoints, customer service, any type of skill set that you can provide to them for education, that's going to be a big win there, because you're not going to lose the employee if you're just providing a service to really make them well. And hey, gym membership, you take it for free, and there'll be a lot of candidates that'll do that. The other one is really, I got 3 more minutes here, is communication. If you don't keep your employees informed and keep the communication path open, you're going to struggle there also. You need to put that information out. If you know something's coming down, right, something they're going to make a change, don't make the change without telling everyone. Bring people in with questions and ideas. Get a group together. Say, what do you think that's going to help us? What's going to improve? What's going to make your job easier? What's going to make you get out of here at 3 o'clock? What's going to make you not work this weekend? What's going to make you not get stopped at the time clock and say you got to finish up, and then you're going to be pissed off and you're going to leave and you're going to quit? That's what I'm talking about. So you can eliminate a lot of that if you communicate with your team. A lot of people have team meetings in the morning. Put it out there. Don't sugarcoat it, because they're going to know that you're They're going to know. So why just not be honest? Keep the doors open, and a one-on-one. A lot of it, people don't do that anymore for their employees. Is one-on-ones are really important. HR, I'm going to keep it short. HR should not be in staffing. They're good HR people. They should not be in staffing, handling staff. HR is good for humans. Teaching and watching and checking all of these things to make sure they're going on. If you don't want to go one-on-one with your boss, then you go to HR. You go to the next level up, and you be honest with them. But keep that door open and say, listen, if you ever have a problem, come in our office, close the door. There's nothing wrong with giving feedback. If you're having problems on the floor with someone, if you're having problems getting the work done, listen, I'm having a hard time. Can you help me? That's your job as a manager, to reach out to them and really work with them. You can eliminate a lot of retention problems right there, because if you don't take care of that, right, somebody might be harassing somebody. Take harassment in the workplace, I wouldn't tolerate that one bit. Something's going on right there. You need to investigate, get your HR involved, nip it in the butt, because it always comes back at you. If you didn't do anything as a leader, a manager, meet one-on-one with your employees. Take the time. You have the time. Take a goal of, listen, I'm going to meet with 10 people this week of 5 days or 6 days. 10 people, that's what I'm going to meet with. You'd be surprised how much information, when you sit down, how much information you're going to learn about what's going on out in the office or on the floor. You're going to really appreciate that, because you're going to learn, and they're going to tell you what it is. Last one is, I think we already talked about, is effective change management. I like this one. Effective change management. What is it? Beyond going, let's see, the workplace has to deal with change, good and bad, and staff looks for leadership for insight during these times. If an organization is going through a big shift, keeping your staff informed as much as possible eases anxieties and manages the rumor mill. You know what the rumor mill is. There's rumors everywhere. Listen, the best thing to do with rumors is just squash it. If you're a manager and employees are coming up to you saying things, if it's a rumor, stop it right there. Just stop it. You don't want to, unless you want to say something to somebody and they're in front of you. That's an easy way, because I like it. Effective change management. So on that note, I'm about done. So, also milestones. Celebrate them. Put them on social media, milestones, and give a group lunch, because you met a milestone. If you got so much product out, you didn't have to work the weekend. You know how much that saved you. Give that a little bit back to the candidates, have a huge pizza party or something like that. So on that note, everybody, I want to thank you. I enjoy talking about subjects like this, and I will be back tomorrow. Talk to you soon.